Home. This is Cecilia Milk, Lion's Den. My name is YAHAWASHI. I camp out with Lion's Den, YAHAWAH, in Jacksonville. First, I'd like to say a prayer to the Father, to the Son, to the elders, to the apostles, and to the women and children. Kal, Harayam, La, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. BAHASHAM, Ha, Rodash, Kodash, Mak, Mak. All praise to Yahawah in the name of YAHAWASHI, in spirit and holy and in truth. Double honors to the elders of GMS. Honor to my elder, Al-Wam. Salutations to the apostles who are in the four corners of the earth in sincerity and truth. And to the women and children, Shalom. Okay, this edification is going to be part 5. The condemnation of the legal experts and the Pharisees. Okay? Before I go to it, Slakia, let me get this before I forget. Put it right here. Before I go to it, I want to show you again this book you want to get, because they are attacking us exactly with this. There's going to be more viruses coming out of the woods. Okay? But this, I'll write it again in the bottom of the video. Dr. LEONARD HOROWITZ, okay? Private investigator, by the way, okay? This is how he looked, but he's older now. This was like in 1997, okay? I got to meet him and do a little bit of business with him. Matter of fact, he was the one who educated me and informed me that I should get out of the medical field as soon as possible, okay? And he wasn't talking to me alone directly. He was talking to even police officers, lawyers, and judges, okay? I went to a conference, nurses and doctors, okay, laymen and educated people, all right? It was very impressive because he spoke Jewish, a whistleblower, okay? And he made it clear that, they'd be spraying viruses in the hospital, right? They do it in the military. It's nothing new, okay? This goes way back all the way from Nazi time, okay? So, you out there, you Jake, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and speckled birds, who I keep an eye on the unicorn on YouTube, and I'm seeing, these YouTubes that are coming out, popping out, about Puerto Ricans, right? To this day, they really believe that they can keep on voting, and that they have a saying, right? In America and about Puerto Rico on top of that, right? You got some of them that are well educated that I'm not going to mention no names now because I'm looking into it, right? So I know what I'm talking about. And you think because you got an education from Yale or Harvard, right, that gives you the power, right? And the understanding how the game is played, okay? Well, it's the opposite. You've been indoctrinated. Okay, you might be aware of it, and if you're not, here it goes. You are being trained, right? And then that means you also can be aware about it, especially if you are a lawyer, right? Because you're taught terminology, okay? And then my question to every Puerto Rican in America and in Puerto Rico, what direction, right, these Puerto Rican agents undercover want to direct you to? They're not directing you to who you really are, because you're not Puerto Rican, in case you didn't know that. And there is an archaeologist in Puerto Rico that can prove that. 800 stones, ancient stones, Paleo-Hebrew. You are the Hebrew Israelites from the tribe of Ephraim. Okay? Ustedes no son puertorriqueños, no son católicos, no son cristianos, ¿verdad? Son hebreos, ¿verdad? Los hijos y las hijas de Dios. ¿Okay? Pero rompieron la ley de Dios y por eso que Puerto Rico le están castigando. Aquí lo mismo en Estados Unidos. Right? So, you want to keep insisting to misdirect and keep deceiving. Right? And you're a snitch. You're snitchers on top of that. Right? You were in the past, you still are now. Okay? Well, that's going to be a big punishment for you Puerto Ricans that love to snitch on your own kind. You come from 12 tribes, all right? And the leader of those 12 tribes is Judah, the lion, right? So you want to take the scripture, it's your inheritance. You want to take it seriously, okay? I think I saw a YouTube, Puerto Rico, I'm not going to say no names, talking about that Puerto Rico, they should make it self-sufficient, right? Because it used to be, and it's true, I remember one time, Puerto Rico used to be a farming island, right? I lived in Puerto Rico one time, okay? And in America, I used to be also a cow rancher, so I understand the business part and the taking care of the land, okay? So, saying that you want to be self-sufficient, that's beautiful, okay? But that's not the solution. It's coming back and doing the will of YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI, okay? That's in Paleo Hebrew, by the way, okay? The Father's name is Yahawah, and the Son's name is YAHAWASHI. He is not Jesus, he is not Cristo, he is not Christ, okay? Or Jehovah, or whatever name that you want to come up with. And that Jesus' name comes, the real man with that, blonde hair and blue eyes, that's Caesar Borgia. You got a phone. You can look it up and verify that. How come you guys are not talking about that? I notice you're coming out in every Hispanic TV channel around the world, and you're not bringing that up. You see? You got to test everyone, even your own people. You got to test them with the scripture. That's the only way you're going to know who is who. Okay? So now I'm going to move into the edification here. Matthew 23:33. And it's in red letters. YAHAWASHI speaking, the Son of Yahawah, right? The Son of God. Verse 33. Serpents, brood of vipers, how can you escape the condemnation of hell? Yeah, we live in hell. This is our hell. This ain't our kingdom, And I respect. I was born and raised in New York, right? Many of you who came from Puerto Rico, young, went to live in New York, right? Went to college. Hey, power to you, man. Some of the Puerto Ricans that are old, that are coming out on YouTube now, went to prison. Okay? I hear you. But the bottom line, that doesn't change that this world is not our world. We're not Puerto Ricans, man. No somos boricuas. Somos los hijos y las hijas de Dios. Y usted can abrir los ojos. ¿Verdad? Education is not the solution. That's indoctrination, by the way. Moving to Matthew 3, verse 7. Matthew 3, verse 7. I mean, you're going to fool a lot of them. That's because Yahawah and YAHAWASHI is control of everything, even of you, when you think you're in control. All right? He controls good and evil. Okay, chapter 3, verse 7 says this. But when he saw many of the Pharisees and Sadducees coming to his baptism, he said to them, brood of vipers, who warn you to flee from the wrath to come. That's what you're doing. You truly believe you can escape the wrath, right? I mean, you wrote books. Hey, great. You're making your money. Money's not the solution, okay? Politics is not the solution. The law of the Edomites that you Puerto Ricans call them Yankees, right? Or los blancos, right? Their law is not the solution, okay? The solution is justice, and it's this, okay? When Yahawah and YAHAWASHI comes back, right? He's going to take them off the throne and remove the blessing, the sword that he gave them. Okay? What you're supposed to be doing is going in the highways and byways. And by the way, those who live in New York for many years, like I did, you've seen our own people, right? Puerto Ricans which we are Ephraims, okay, by the way, Israelites. You see them in the highways and byways when they camp out with other brothers, talking about the scripture, because you're all a man of age. You've been around, and yet you're not bringing that up. Yet you're not investigating with scripture, right? You say it took you 40 years to write a book, okay? If you don't wake up, you're not going to like the wrath that's going to come upon you. Because even the Edomites are going to turn against you anyway. You turn against your own kind. Matthew 12:34. 12:34. You're going to have to start being more bold than lions and coming out and just be a living sacrifice. Just like many of our brothers and sisters going to the army, some of them come back with no arms, no legs, or come, mentally messed up. My father did, my uncle, my brothers. Chapter 12, verse 34. And it is in red letters, YAHAWASHI speaking. Brood of vipers, how can you, being evil, speak good things? For out of the abundance of the heart, the mind, the mouth speaks. What exactly, a college degree, it ain't teach you nothing good. All it taught you is how the Edomite thinks. And that's what he did. He programmed you. And just because you have a title behind your name, you feel like, wow, look, I can speak this, right? No. To be a man is to come back to your true identity, nationality, and your inheritance, right? To save your family that are with you, right? Is to go out in the highways and byways as a living sacrifice. We are sent here for the sins that we have committed from past history, right? Forefathers and forefathers. So we are sent here and we are lamps. Okay? We're in a sinful body because we have sin. It's time to man up and admit that. Okay? And go on the highways and byways. Can they still shoot us? Can they still murder us? Yes. They've been given the blessing. So you can't be listening to these people that come out on TV and people are clapping. Look how brave they are. Look, they wrote a book, but they're guiding you to the mouth of Satan, of the lion over there. That lion. Not to the real lion of Scripture. YAHAWASHI and YAHAWASHI. Now, if you don't want to wake up, you want to keep being prideful, Salaka, you want to keep being prideful, right? Stiff neck, right? Enmity in your heart means hating the truth. All right. You want to keep going to the churches? You want to keep celebrating the pagan holidays? ¿Ah? La fiesta pagano de Satanás que hacen en Puerto Rico, lo hacen aquí los boricuas en los Estados Unidos. Dios los va a castigar. Y a Él no le importa que ustedes tengan niños pequeños. Él también castiga niños, bambinos pequeños. Ustedes están jugando con fuego. Bueno. Moving to Luke 6:45. Yeah. You want to keep pretending that you're tough and brave just because you went to prison or you went to jail for many years. Here we go. 12, I passed it, Salakia. 12:45. No, Salakia, 12:34. Verse 34. Also in red letters, YAHAWASHI speaking. For where your treasure is, there your mind, heart, your mind, will be also. You're over here talking about, you're talking about some good stuff from what I see in the YouTube, what you research about how they brought the money system in Puerto Rico down. They did that around the world, around all islands, Aruba, Cuba, okay, because the Arubians, okay, they're also our brothers and sisters, right? Cuba, Haitian, Jamaicans, Dominicans, Colombians, Venezuelans, Mexicans, I can keep on going, man. We're around the world, is what I want to say. We're in the 21st century, and you still want to keep talking about that you have to, go and beg to Edomite government that we want this. You want to tell them that we do this, will you be okay with us? Will you be nice with us? No. And you forgot, you only talked about, if I recall correctly, from 1935 and up. You left Columbus out. The mass murder, genocide that he did in here and in Puerto Rico. You're not fooling anybody no more. People are tired of the lies and they see through it. Moving to, where was I? Luke. Oh, wait, Slakia. See, I was talking. Luke 6. Look at that. That was a good one. That's the spirit again. Luke 6, chapter 6:45. 6:45. Luke 6:45. Yep. Just making sure what I did. Let me see. I said, okay. I'm just checking. Give me a minute. Because the Spirit does that. It is amazing. I tell you. Okay, going to 6:45. Yeah, I get, excited when I'm talking with the Spirit of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. All right, chapter 6, verse 45 is right here. In red letters also. A good man out of the good treasure of his heart brings forth good, and an evil man out of the evil treasure of his heart brings forth evil. For out of the abundance of the heart, his mouth speaks. You can't hide, man. Just because you got a college degree and you want to bring that college mentality, or keep bringing that kind of mentality to the Puerto Rican island, it was never the solution. It will never be the solution. The only solution is coming back to your identity, nationality, and your inheritance, and do the will of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. The Son of God gave the example of what we have to do. It's written right here. And all you can do is apply it. Will many be murdered? Yes. Killed? Yes. Incarcerated? Yes. You can't stop that and you can't control that. Why do you think things are getting more magnified? Because Yahweh and Yahushua is going to make it clear. You ought to pick who you really are, right? And start having some cojones. Or you keep bringing the philosophy, the politics, the science of Edomite. Right? And that goes for the men and women. Moving to now Matthew 12:35. Matthew 12. That's over here. 12:35. Also in red letters, Yahweh speaking. A good man out of the good treasure of his heart. Look at that. Another witness. Brings forth good things, and an evil man out of his evil treasure brings forth evil things. Yeah. You're guiding them back to the mouth of the Edomites? Your own kind? Or because you are scared and afraid of dying, or going to jail, or being tortured? That's what it really boils down to. They're going to do it anyway. You're not going to be getting favors with no conditions. If you're going to do it their way, then when Yahawah and Yahawashi come back, and before they come back, it's what they're going to put you through. If you're married, if you're married and you have kids and they're grown up, you're going to be seeing them getting raped in front of your eyes. You're going to be getting raped in front of your wife, and then your wife is going to be getting raped. All because, and it's written here, all because you don't want to come back to the scripture when it tells you what's going to be happening. A script that shows you proof how he's been controlling everything from the beginning of time. Right? Now I hear you. You went to college, right? Some of you, or a lot of you. And you say you know how to read, but you sure don't know how to comprehend. Huh? So here we go. Moving to, that was 12, right? Now moving to Matthew 23:34. 23:34. In red letters, by the way. Yahawashi. Therefore, indeed I send you prophets, wise men, and scribes. I know what you're going to say for some of you that are lawyers, right? Well, there goes a legal expert, yeah. Then we have one in the past named Paul, an Israelite, a Roman citizen, just like you have from Puerto Ricans who are Americans, right? And they're not Puerto Ricans, they're Israelites, right? I said it before, it's in the scripture, we are everywhere. Some of them you will kill and crucify, and some of them you will scourge in your synagogues and prosecute from city to city. Yeah, you see? You hate the truth, right? Moving to Act 5:40, chapter 5, verse 40. And they agree with him, and when they had called for the apostles, and beaten them, they commanded that they should not speak in the name of Yahawashi. Right? Now, I heard that it was a mass murdering going on in Puerto Rico in 1935. People were doing Palm Sunday, coming out of the church, right? And the government had police, military, right? Shooting people unarmed and children. That was God, Yahawah and Yahawashi, who sent them to do that. Because you keep breaking God's law. Right? And you don't want to humble yourself. You have not yet want to accept the fear of the true power who controls the Edomites as well. Right? You don't want to come back to this. So it's going to get worse now. 100 times worse. Okay? There's going to be a second shutdown. And those jabs, okay? If you take it, then that's it for you and your children's. Moving to Acts chapter 4, verse 18. So they called them and commanded them not to speak at all, nor teach in the name of Yahawashi. Okay? Yeah, that's the name, the secret name they really don't like. That's a Paleo-Hebrew, ancient name, okay? Now that J, that was just invented in the 1600s, right? It comes from Latin and Greek. He's not Latin, he's not Greek. You can look it up for yourself. You got a college degree. Moving to chapter 5, verse 28. Oh, Slakia. I'm looking at the wrong one. Oh, it was right here. Matthew 12. Slakia. Yeah, I didn't go there? Huh. Matthew 12:35. Matthew 12:35. Slakia. 12. Give me a minute. 12:35. A good man, yeah, I read that already. So what happened here? Okay. Alright, I gotta work on that. Sorry, I did something wrong here. Alright. It wasn't meant to bring it up, from what I see. 12:35 I see, but I got it marked. Give me a minute. I'm just looking at something here, just to verify. Just to verify. And yep, something I did here wrong. Okay, well, I'm gonna move to where was I? Matthew 23:34. Therefore, indeed, I'll send you prophets. I read that to you already. I read already. Okay, Act 5:28. 5:28. Act 5:28. 5:28. And slack it for that. Here we go. 5:28. Saying, did we not strictly command you not to teach in this name? And look, you have filled Jerusalem with your doctrine, and intend to bring this man's blood on us. You see? And that's why you have today these Puerto Rican agents. You know? I mean, it's great that you wrote books, you got document on what happened to Puerto Rico, so that's wonderful, okay? But you're not talking about the whole truth and nothing but the truth. You're only talking about a little bit of truth, right? And then misleading the people in the same direction they've been going for years. Go plead with the Edomites. You call them Yankees, Lo Blanco. Go keep pleading with them, right? Bow down to them. Do what they say, or else look what they did. That's what you're really doing. Look what they did. Look how bad and ugly they are. They send militaries. Yeah, they did that. They did that in Black Wall Street. They did it before even there was military, when they came with Columbus to America. So, you know, fighting them with their own laws or fighting them with their own guns is not the solution. They've been blessed with that. This is a solution. This brings a curse that we have back to them. In case you didn't know that. Because, you know, you go to these 501c3 incorporated churches who are owned by the Edomites. Moving to 28, Act 2:23. Act 2. Here we go. 23. Him being delivered by the determined purpose and full knowledge of Yahawah, you have taken by lawlessness hands, have crucified and put to death. They're going to keep doing it. And the churches are part of it. The church is the undercover agents. La iglesia de Puerto Rico, que tienen licencia, trabajan con Satanás. Y ustedes yendo a la iglesia, haciendo caso. ¿Tú ves qué loco eso es? Moving now to Luke 22:22. Luke 22:22. In red letters, YAHAWASHI speaking. And truly, the Son of Man goes as it has been determined, but woe to that man by whom he is betrayed. Yeah. When you betray your own brothers and sisters for the love of money, for the love of title, of this world, boy, it's not going to be an ass whipping you're going to get. You didn't do your homework with the scripture. There are missiles pointing over here from all over the world. Their own kind is fed up also. Because Yahawah and YAHAWASHI is in control of all this. And you think you're going to make it? No. And then the last one is Acts chapter 2, verse 36. Chapter 2, Acts. That's over here. I'll leave you with this. Him being delivered. Oh, wait. 36, Lakia. Therefore, let all the house of Israel, he's talking to you, Puerto Ricans, right? And to all the Jakes from the 12 tribes. Know assuredly that Yahawah has made this YAHAWASHI, whom you crucified, Lord and King. Oh, yeah. And he's meaner than a pit bull, 10 feet tall. ¿Ah? Y él no es blanco, el Hijo de Dios no es blanco. ¿Ah? Es un tipo que ya dicen moreno. ¿Ah? Alto, fuerte. Prepárase. Bueno, I hope that was edifying, and with that I say shalom.